Hello and welcome to 12-Minute Meditation, a weekly podcast from Mindful and mindful.org that offers you mindfulness meditations that are backed by neuroscience. The latest scientific research reveals that 12 minutes of meditation a day can be enough to yield benefits like increased attention, focus, and creativity, calm, resilience, and compassion. On this podcast, we make space for you to do your 12-minute daily practice with guided meditations from today's leading mindfulness experts. With a new practice each week, 12-Minute Meditation offers you a way to bring the benefits of mindfulness to your daily life. I'm Stephanie Domet. I'm the managing editor at Mindful and mindful.org. This week, Tara Brach leads us in a meditation to foster compassion. Tara Brach is a clinical psychologist and mindfulness teacher. Working as both a psychotherapist and a meditation teacher, she found herself naturally blending these two powerful traditions, introducing meditation to her therapy clients and sharing Western psychological insights with meditation students. This synthesis has evolved in more recent years into Tara's groundbreaking work in training psychotherapists to integrate mindfulness strategies into their clinical work. Tara is also the author of several books, most recently, Trusting the Gold, Uncovering Your Natural Goodness. She was featured in Mindful magazine as one of the powerful women of the mindfulness movement in August 2021, and you can read lots more about her at mindful.org, which is also where you can find 12-Minute Meditation. In fact, you can find it wherever you find your favorite podcasts, and while you're there, perhaps leave us a review. Your review helps other listeners decide whether 12-Minute Meditation is for them. For now, for you, here's Tara Brach.
So let's explore together, and we'll invite you to take a moment if you need to adjust how you're sitting. Make yourself comfortable, be at ease. And when you settle, you might just begin the simple practice of breathing. So that you breathe in and fill the lungs a bit. And when you breathe out, just consciously letting go a bit. And with each out breath, just notice if there's tightness or tension in your body that is ready to be released. Breathing and feeling yourself right here, honestly and gently finding your way into this moment. What we'll be doing is practicing with someone where there's some difficulty, and I'll then ask you to do some journaling. So for now, let your attention go to a relationship that matters to you, in which you feel some tension, conflict, resentment, separation. Not a relationship where there's trauma. And sometimes when we're invited to do these kind of exercises, our mind starts scrambling around trying to figure out the best person to work on. And don't worry about that. You have plenty of time this lifetime to bring this practice to other people. Just someone where there's some tension, tightness, reactivity. And to get more in touch, you might bring to mind a situation that really shows this when you do get triggered. So you can see the setting you're in. If you're inside, see what the room looks like. Remind yourself what's going on. Or if it's a person you're not with in person, to remind yourself in terms of the online or Zoom relationship or however you're in touch, what goes on, what gets communicated, if you're seeing the person, what their face looks like. And notice what comes up with the primary response that you're aware of in you: anger, dislike, judgment, blame. And let it be there. So you're really doing the basis of mindfulness here. You're noticing it, you're allowing it. Recognize and allow. So you can make that U-turn. You can bring the attention to your own experience and bring it with some interest and some gentleness to begin to investigate. And again, you might sense, well, what's the worst part of this for you? What most sets you off about this? What's most disturbing or upsetting? And you might even be noticing, well, what are you believing when this is happening? That this person, if they cared, they wouldn't be acting this way. Or they don't understand, they're not seeing me. Or they couldn't respect me. Or whatever it is. Or they're going to hurt themselves. They're causing harm. So there may be a belief there, but mostly check your body and sense the strongest feelings. And often it's more than just one feeling. You might have anger and dislike, but there may also be hurt or despair or shame or just a sense of powerlessness. And you might just ask yourself, what's the feeling that's most difficult to feel, or I'm most unwilling to feel, but that's really here, that wants attention? What most wants your attention? And feel your body, your throat, your chest, your belly. I find it helpful to put my hand on my heart or wherever the feeling's the strongest, just to keep the attention in the body. And also you're beginning to offer some care in that presence. And continue to investigate, what's the unmet need here? Ask yourself, what were you hoping for? What were you wanting to experience that didn't happen? What needs can you identify that are unfulfilled? Is it the need to be seen, to be understood, to be safe, respected, cared for, loved? And begin, as you sense whatever the need that feels the strongest is, that you can really call on your high self, the most awake part of your heart, and offer compassion to yourself. Again, having your hand perhaps on your heart and sending whatever message of care most would be healing. Just going right to the part of you that feels vulnerable. For some, it helps to whisper out loud to themselves, and even using your name. It's okay. I'm sorry and I love you. Trust your goodness. Trust you're loved. You belong. Whatever begins to soften and tenderize and open, let it in. And take some moments to notice the increased presence that's here in whatever way it shows up for you. Maybe some more space or clarity. You might feel more connected at home in your own being. And if not, if you feel stuck in some way, it's fine to keep offering that compassion to whatever is here. But if you feel some openness, some tenderness, this can be when you shift your attention now to the other person. When you, from this kind of open, tender presence, begin to look at this other person to deepen your understanding. And again, you might see the situation that has come up and imagine how they would be experiencing it. How would they describe what's happening? What would it be like for them? And the way to do is just to start imagining, what was that person feeling that was difficult? What were they wishing was different, hoping for from you? What painful belief might they have been running through their mind? So sensing into this other person's unmet needs. Did they need to feel more safe in those moments, more respected, loved, important, understood? And as you sense that person's vulnerability, where their wounds are, their needs, you might feel your own heart's care. Just open to whatever response feels natural, some way offering some wish for that person. Sensing your heart as a field, a heart space that can include in a tender way this other person. And you might take a moment to imagine that person's feeling that their needs are met. If that person's needs were met, how might they behave and be different? And taking some breaths now and just feel your own presence and sense who you are when you are here in presence, when your heart includes another. And you might be interested to sense next time in this situation what other choices might open to you, what else might be possible in engaging. You can continue to reflect, and we'll take 2 to 3 minutes to journal. So writing down for yourself whatever feels important here, what's difficult in this process, and what you're learning, what you want to remember.
Thank you for listening to this episode of 12-Minute Meditation from Mindful and mindful.org. I hope you enjoyed practicing with us. We'll be back in 7 days with another meditation practice for you.